Well, the holidays are filled with many memories and emotions as we remember our loved ones that are no longer with us. Today's sponsor at Sunset Funeral Home, Karen Rothger, Family Service Advisor, is joining us to help us navigate this season. Karen, thank you for being with us.
You're welcome.
Well, you know, when the holidays come around, it can be kind of a tough time for families who are missing their loved ones. And having those conversations, though, is so important to help you navigate this type of season.
Exactly. And, you know, especially if the loss of a loved one happens, you know, right before Christmas or right before, you know, Thanksgiving or those holidays, it's even more difficult because, you know, those memories, and you just don't know how to deal with it. You're feeling at a loss. You're just wishing you could get through the holidays and, you know, just kind of go to bed and cover up with the covers. But, you know, there are ways to deal with it and think about it. And, you know, as you've gone through that loss, just gathering your friends and your family or your neighbors around you, they're going to be there to help support you. But helping, you know, and maybe to help you think about planning ahead. You know, what about those traditions that you always did, whether it was decorating the house inside, decorating outside? Do you still want to do that, or do you want to do less? So thinking about that. And we have...
well, here, let's hear on the screen.
Okay.
I took some of your notes here.
Okay.
So these are some tips to help people navigate experiencing the holidays without a loved one. So these are kind of some ideas of things that you're encouraging people to maybe do. Like you mentioned, the planning ahead.
Planning ahead, accepting the limitations. Don't expect too much of yourself. You know, this is a time when you're going through this period of time, just accept your limitations and don't, you know,
don't overdo it.
Don't overdo it. Don't overdo it.
Now, there was something else in there about being prepared. When you say prepared, what are we preparing for?
Well, just being prepared for the holidays and thinking through. For example, as I mentioned earlier, did you, with the traditions, did you always bake cookies? Did you always, so think through, do you want to do that? Did you actually enjoy that? Or if you're going to do it with some limitations, what changes do you want to make? You know, do you want to, you know, invite
just mix it up a little bit.
Just mix it up a little bit, yes, right.
Okay, some other things that you had in there were lowering your expectations, confiding in someone. You mentioned maybe a neighbor there, and the loss, dealing with those lost traditions. Children's needs, I think that's something we may get so wrapped up in our own emotions we kind of forget that littler ones are also sad.
Exactly. And so you have to be sensitive and think about, you know, their needs, and just don't expect them to spend the whole day with you. Now, you know, if they're younger children or if they're grandchildren, you know, they're at different stages of life. So just don't expect them to stay at home with you all day long.
Yeah.
You know, they want to be with their friends too. Yeah. So encourage that and let them do that.
Okay, you've got a Grief and Holidays booklet. So this kind of walks people through maybe some of these tips that we've been talking about.
It does, and there's a checklist in the back, you know, that helps you think about what were some of those holiday activities that you did. Did you enjoy doing them? Are you still willing to do the same things this year? Or what changes do you make? Do you want to make changes, and what changes? So that helps you sort of plan ahead and think through what you're actually going to do this year.
Yeah.
And then as you go through those other points, you know, throughout the year, whether it's a birthday, whether it's an anniversary, some of these same things still apply.
Yeah, and it's always that year of firsts.
Yeah,
are always
it's really
difficult. Kind of the toughest to navigate. All right, coming up tomorrow, you have a Lunch and Learn. We're going to talking about Peace of Mind seminar. Who is this geared towards?
This is geared towards family members that it's a pre-need seminar. So we're thinking about those family members that, you know, need to plan their final wishes, and so that can all be done, you know, so that can all be done at the point of need. You know,
there's no question.
There's no question. The family knows exactly what you want done.
Exactly. And while the holidays are supposed to be joyful and a joyous time to all be together, it's also a great time when everybody is together to have that conversation. And you call it the talk of a lifetime.
Yes. So. And you know, we have a deck of cards about that. And there's a bunch of questions. You can just pull out the card. And you can do this at a family gathering. Maybe this is one of the things that you want to do this year at a holiday dinner. And some of the questions are, what made you laugh so hard you cried? And so it's just learning more about the family, what is important to them, and it's just kind of a fun game. And so we can get these for you if you'd like as well.
Well, wonderful. Well, we appreciate you being here, kind of giving us a little help here as we navigate the holiday season while we still may be missing a loved one. There's a look at the Sunset Facebook page that you can like. They also have a great website, and we will have that all shared at CILiving.tv after today's show. And we sure do appreciate Sunset Funeral Home for sponsoring our segment today.